goes over a tenth of a second fast.
progressing from there. Maximus first up. Not talking. The guy who's with me currently racing is Jack. Don't get confused with the other one because I personally have the yellow banana car. Unfortunately, right now, second. 1 second. As I come into the pits, is the back DAC racing car coming to the pits on the C2. Pretty Lawrence. First section. I think section 2, yeah. 19.5 if you can pretty good. We're on a 10th up on the delta right now. We're just going to this really high speed second sector. Awkward line here, go out really wide. You get to hit the apex right there. Throttle it out in the downhill section. I feel you can put on the throttle way earlier than you think you can there. The most awkward section on the circuit. Here, you go deeper than you think and turn in, get that straight line exit onto the very point exit that comes onto this last corner, flattened these Formula 1 inspired cars. Uphill, and for him, he's going to be at the pits. For most, he'd be crossing the line to finish the lap, but those don't think he's going to improve if he goes in the pits. There's anyone on the lap. Now, Cochrane, nothing to the pits. Woodward, I think he's starting lap for the bag in towards the crew. Nick Olsen coming to the line. Aiming that final corner to get a set. Actually, that lap, so my bad. Actually, no, yeah, feel they haven't gotten much appreciation these past few races. Currently P13 in the Aero Autosport car, driven by a friend of mine named Justin. Give him some shout out here, I don't know if he's watching. Very beautiful livery. Very Alpine-esque or accent. Forward. The Posh, currently P13, 1 second and 6 tenths, 1.6 behind Unico Bossert. I think has just improved ever so slightly on his own time in P1. Cody Lawrence is only 4,000 behind. And I think he might be on lap 2, so sorry. Sorry Josh, we're gonna go check out this lap of Cody Lawrence. I don't think he's at the very first sector, but he is still up. He's only 4,000 behind Unico Bossert. So he could very well steal pole position from his teammate. As Cody Lawrence started in first position, I don't think so this season. So I think this could be his 4th pole of the season. Yeah, he hasn't started pole this season. So he's chasing that first pole position. Obviously his teammate started pole in Austria. And last time switching to Contra Berry in P3, he's 3 tenths behind. So he could still find a big chunk of improvement. He goes out there and finds some way to gain time. Sorry. He cannot speak today. So Lawrence crossed the line. Will he improve his time to pass his teammate? Over the line he goes. No, he does not. He will be trying again though, with these players. Multiple ones I think are the best for a lot of these drivers and this car in general when it comes to quality. So we'll follow him once more again. Line Wilson up to P16. So Lawrence, the American driver, searching for his first pole position of the season. Ooh, bit of smoke there. That could be AC being AC with smoke. As you see, yeah, kind of smoking on his, just falling out of the corner. Not that realistic, but these visuals, funny visuals from the set of course up. As he's now coming to the second sector. So he does. His first sector wasn't an improvement once again. See how he does in the second sector. I'll be watching the time screen for you guys. As he doesn't really improve too. He's not, and he's down on his delta as well. So not the best for Tom Ferrer. Yeah, it's usually everyone's sector comparative to their best time of the session. Like 2 seconds down. I think this is probably going to be the pit for him in the afterwards. Pit for Lawrence. It's him probably going to throw on a new set of tires as his teammate leaves the pits. Cut some laps. As the Griffin Gaming red car going to pit. And Morel, he's actually across the line to join the Academy car. Only third of the constructors going to start a lap. The 3.2, 6.3 doesn't improve and doesn't get past lowest speed in front of him in that red car. 2 Academy teams currently fighting for 8th and 7th against each other. Correct, yes. Fingers at the 4th system. Stack system was cooking. Last round. DAC systems. The Academy team is going to do. Currently 4th and 5th. Himself is 5th, 5th and 6th, 5th and 6th place at Bahrain, Austria. And he's tied on point with Jaden Neal. He's currently in 4th place, 4 times behind him. Pole in his special team points. So he's improved and gained spots to undo that tiebreaker training for 5th place. 3 minutes left in this session. See, I don't know what I think of that. Hugo Bossert is on a fly for that right now. Cody Lawrence, I think, has just left the pits too, or he's on that lap. He's on that lap. Hugo Bossert is on a flyer lap. Into Morel, proves my prediction right. Up to P5 right behind Jaden Neal. Then Hugo Bossert.
Hey, Angel.
Oh, hello.
Let's go across. Change your volume up.
also improve this. There we go. That should be better, I think.
Much better.
There we go. And Nico Bossert into the pits, though. Into the pits. Doesn't complete that lap well fully. He had a purple first sector, but his second sector, I guess, was the best. As we have, how long is this session? As we switch back to 21, Nico Bossert is back out, waiting for a gap. Cody Lawrence on a lap also. Let's see what his first sector is like. As he doesn't improve either. He hasn't been, but he still is up in the Delta. 2 tenths. Also, I'm going off our live time in Delta when it comes to seeing if they're improving or not. See what he can do in the second sector. Going uphill, gonna go right back down the hill. See if he can hit this apex pretty well. Beautiful. Let's see what the second sector comes out to be. That's a purple second sector. He's around only a 10th up on the Delta, and that'll just be enough. It'll be a good amount of improvement against Nico Bossert, who is 4,000 behind. As hopefully he gets a good exit there. That looks pretty solid to go on board. Cody Lawrence, the Delta's super tight on the live timing that I'm looking at right now. Can he improve against Nico Bossert as he's going across the line? No, he can't. He cannot. He's at a 115.3. I think he lost time in that last sector. It wasn't the best exit, I don't think, out of that last corner. But he's going again. As Stevenson, your P2 man from Red Bull Ring and your pole sitter last time out at 7. Can he improve? Across the line, yes he can. He improves to P6. Beating out Felipe Olsen, 35 seconds left in the session. Alex Cochran moves into the top 10. As ooh, Steve Stevenson almost flips. Almost flips on the curbing. But I don't think, yeah, it's back to pits. Gets beached in the gravel and has to go back to pits. Felipe Olsen, P7. A little bit across the line. Lewis is better across the line in that Griffin Gaming red car. As across the line, can he improve to beat Felipe Olsen? No, he cannot. A 115.4, not enough to get past that Griffin Gaming car. As Felipe Olsen is coming across the line. No, he's not. He's going into the pits for the Griffin Gaming team. And I think Bossage is also, or Bose. Yeah, Bose is coming across the line as well. So is Ryan Wilson. P17, can he improve? I don't think he will. Could be also in the pits. Didn't think he was going to improve his time, most likely. Alex Cochran isn't the next to cross the line with the DAC racing car. Across the line, P11. He just got knocked out of the top 10. Can he beat a Worm's time to get himself back to the top 10? Lock himself on these E2 tires? No, he cannot. Not enough to improve. Just around a 10th behind. Just under a 10th behind Moram in the Bag Motorsports car. As I think it's Morel up next to cross the line. As Cody Lawrence is third in line to cross the line currently as I look at this track map. Morel currently P5. I don't think he's found enough time to beat Jaden Neal's currently, I think, in a solid 4th place. And yeah, he goes into pits. I don't think he's probably not going to beat Morel. The second DAC racing car goes to the pits. And now it's all on Lawrence. He hasn't improved on either of these sectors, so I think Nico Bossert is going to be a pretty done deal for him. I think he might go into the pits. Yes, he goes in the pits. He's not improving. And yeah, that's a pole position. That's pole position number 2 for Nico Bossert. Yeah, that is your pole position for today. Nico Bossert in the Griffin Gaming car is the man on pole position. So what a very tight quality. Cody Lawrence just couldn't get that one run in. That was 5 thousandths better than Nico Bossert's time to beat him. But we're gonna move on to the race. a fun race, hopefully, to watch. Nico Boston on pole. It's a Junker GP lockout, though. Maxi, the team owner, is probably happy about that. It's a 1-2 lockout for his constructor's team. So yeah, we'll wait for them to finish up and get on the grid. Kilgear, are you still here?
I am, yeah.
You have
They're saying to just speak a bit louder if you can, or turn your volume up just a bit more. But any predictions? I think you were going to say. I mean, it's a top 3. Well, it could go either way, really. If Thomas Barbieri has the race pace, I believe it's, when it's his day, he might be able to take it. I don't want to just admit that it's going to be a cakewalk for Nico Bossert, but who knows? Maybe Cody Lawrence has it in him to. If you can get him in the first corner, then yeah, I believe it's Cody's race.
Yeah, the grid's now, as we're switching to the race session now, in this beautiful sunset conditions of Portimao. As we'll switch over soon enough to view our pole sitter. Hopefully it's got a, oh, it is a pretty decent camera to view from. Alright, as we'll switch over.
So I believe the tyre predictions is a 1-stop. Apologies if you already said this. The majority of the top 10, I believe, are on C2. In fact, the whole grid are on the C2, besides Ryan Wilson, who's opted for a C1 tyre. I mean, when you're that far down the grid, I mean, 16th is it's fairly good. 14th. For Ryan Wilson, who's predicted to be at the back, admittedly.
Yeah, no, the entire field I think is going to start on C2s as it is. The entire top 10, I say. There may be a few others I may have not caught that are starting in different tires. Yeah, Ryan Hawkins on a C5 and Cyprian in 13th is on a C3 for Lioneers.
Interesting.
So yeah, and he was 13th. He was just a little outside of the top 10. So maybe it could work that C3 using that softer tire and then switching to the harder one. Probably the opposite strategy to most of these guys in the top 10 because they're locked into that C2 tire. As the 6 lights come on for us, and of course you can hear all those V12 screaming in the background. As 6 lights, hopefully soon. There you go. Start to count down. Get ready for here to race at Portimao. And it's away they go. Round 3 here for the Premier Series at Portimao. Nico Bosser gets a good lap, and that's a contact at the back. One of the Griffin Gaming cars. I think that was the Christopher Bowes. Nico Bosser gets a good start, though. Able to keep his lead. Cody Lawrence falling behind. Thomas Barbieri following right behind him. Get back further in the pack. Gabriel Tosh has made it up into 6th place, going side by side with, I think that's Felipe Olsen. It is, so that was the Griffin Gaming car. Christopher Bowes spinning at the start there. I think getting rear-ended by some car. Some battling in the back as well. We have, I think, 3 wide. The DAC car, and I can't tell what those 2 cars are. I think that's the Ocelot. Yep. Going side to side with that car, going 3 wide into that double right-hander.
Spin, is that Gabriel? No, sorry. He just spun out one of the...
Oh, it's the Ocelot car. Almost catches Christopher Bowes out. Spins out. And Nico Bosser at the end of lap 1 still leads this race, but Thomas Barbieri and more importantly, Cody Lawrence, who was 4,000 behind in the qualifying, are still chasing him and are within DRX. My leaderboard seems to put everyone on after lap 2. Yeah, Gabriel Tosh, I think that was Felipe Olsen who had spun out. He was fighting Gabriel Tosh, and now he's in T10. It was shame for him. He's fighting the Cyprian Stellian in the line is right. He sends it down the inside into turn 3, I think that is. He'll go around the outside. No, he stays behind, but I think he might get a run into the hairpin around this very tall building. I forget what it's called.
Very aggressive move from Cyprian there, but I think he smells points. He's in a good position at the moment, 7. Luke Olsen on the back foot there. You know, we saw glimmers of this in the last race, did we? Did we not? Where he started just outside the top 10.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically where everyone started last race in Austria. We can't see where they all finished though. Where did Felipe also finish? He finished P8, getting 3 points, finished ahead of his teammate who was objectively had the worst start. He got rear-ended at the beginning, at the start by some car. I couldn't tell you who, as I didn't catch them, as it was very far back in the grid. But he's currently 14th. Chris Rivera is his teammate. Just not the best start for the Griffin Gaming crew here. I think the Griffin Gaming red cars are doing slightly better though. Jordy Lois is in 7th currently.
Has to be said, Gabriel Tosh. I can't say I've heard of this name before, and yet, you know, he's in P5 at the moment. 2 seconds, sorry.
Currently P5 and then Gabriel Tosh for the Aero Autosports cars. They haven't scored a point this season just yet, but I think it's might be the best chance yet to score a point in this season. I think last race, Tony Bennett finished P13, he's not racing way well. The opening round, William Justin himself, the team owner, finished 14th, so they've yet to score a point. But I think with Gabriel Tosh, they could have a solid chance of doing so here at Portimao.
Oh, Cody Lawrence has gone off.
Oh! Was it going off?
It was just a little mistake there. He went wide. I think he got on the throttle a bit too early there. He's just given up P2, sorry, and now he's got Stevenson all over the back of him.
Cody Lawrence
who's also gone for a move.
Yeah, Steve Stevenson around the outside with DRS. Get past Cody Lawrence. You may have missed that, but Cody Lawrence, slight mistake, has lost P2 to Thomas Bavery and now has lost the podium to Cody Lawrence, the guy who was fighting for the win. Now fighting for a podium P3 specifically. You're at Portimao now at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, it's just a small mistake from Cody Lawrence, a lapse of concentration. Maybe just getting on that throttle a bit too early. Big lock up there for Barbieri, who now sniffs P1. He's only just over a second from Bossert, so this is very exciting. Everything's opening up in lap 4.
As JD Neal's in the pits, I think. He's in the pits. I think he might have gone back to pits. I think that's him out of this race. Oh no, he actually is pitting maybe for damage, but he's on the C2 tires again, so I think he may have pitted for damage. Jaden Neal, that's a big drop for him down to P18. I think P19, depending how close P19 is. No, it is P18. A shame for him to be that far down the grid, especially how high up he qualified.
Barbieri really needs to put the pace on now if he wants to reap the benefits of the DRS zone. He's just over a second away from the leader, Nico Bossert.
Thomas Barbieri is at the fast lap 117.6 on their C2 tires, so he's definitely not struggling for pace this early on the race. So yeah, he definitely just needs to enter that DRS, see if he can pass Nico Bossert for the lead. But Cody Lawrence still being hounded by the other American on this grid, Steve Stevenson, in that CRG car.
Nico definitely got the message that he needs to put his foot down after seeing Barbieri set the fastest lap there.
Thomas Barbieri is around 1.3, 1.4 on average behind Nico Bossert in that Sunday GP car. So we'll see if he can catch up. Obviously, I think he's in 3rd place, and yes, he is in 3rd place in the driver's wins currently. And a win could definitely help him up with that grid. Especially with Nico Bossert and Cody Lawrence behind him. Currently on 31 points, Nico Bossert on 38.
Thomas Barbieri set in a purple middle sector there. It's neck and neck between these two at the moment.
Yeah, Cody Lawrence is definitely pushing. His tires may have been a bit screwed up there from that mistake, maybe overheated a tiny bit. But he is now fully pushing to try to pull away from Steve Stevenson. And he has kind of around a second now, the gap between them. trying to get Steve Stevenson out of his DRS. Well, it's going to be difficult with him in his DRS currently. Thomas Barberi is getting even closer to getting into DRS than Nico Bossert.
What happened to Alex Cochran, sorry? Oh, he's just not showing up on my Delta for some reason. He's just gone for an overtake.
Gabriel Tosh has spun, yeah. Gabriel Tosh has spun down into 8th place. Getting handled by Woodward and Stonian, the bag and Lightning's car respectively. Gonna go side by side into the hairpin. Bag Motorsports on the inside, Arrow on the outside. Gabriel Tosh has overtaken now. I have to fend off this Lightning's car. It's gonna go around the outside of this double right-hander going uphill on that second one, but no, he stays behind the Lightning's car, and Gabriel Tosh stays ahead. Alex Cochran, though, you were talking about, is fighting Jordy Lois, 4th, 5th place currently, the DAC racing car versus the sister team to the Griffin Gaming blue team, I guess, the Griffin Gaming red.
These two neck and neck at the moment. It's really fun to see these two duke it out, old buddies. You know, doesn't matter how long they haven't raced for, they come back and they're practically on equal pace.
Yeah, and Lois is in his DRS, and I think he's getting a decent pull down this main straight. Oh, just not close enough there to think about a move. Gabriel Tosh falls further down the grid into 14th place. Shame for the aerial driver. Qualified in a pretty good position, was in 6th place, and now just falling down the field. As Solian, I think, is fighting Amorum down here for the last point position. As Woodward is just right in front of his teammate. Ooh, the back driver having to go wide due to his teammate into the braking zone of the hairpin. Getting, ooh, and the curbing kind of messes him up, putting him in an unstable position. And allowing Custodian to get past, and may give. Oh no! As the bag gets really unstable there. Oh, it's the DAC car off. It's Mark Levine. Spun onto the grass due to the erratic nature of that bag car.
Oh no!
Yeah, that bag car really caused everyone to just have a scare right there.
Yeah, caused a proper Constantino effect there.
Lois, ooh, yeah, look how close he is now. Alex Cochran and Jordy Lois. He went a bit wide there, but he is so close. And we saw from that main pull he got on the main straight just a while ago that he may be wearing a bit lower of aero compared to Alex Cochran. As he doesn't think about it, stays behind. I think he gets a better line than Alex Cochran out of this hairpin. Very close to overtaking Alex Cochran. He just has to get it done. Ooh, is he?
Oh.
Big snap coming into the uphill right-hander. Just loses the car a bit. And he'll have to gain that time back now.
This does give Alex a bit of breathing room. I wonder how long it'll take for Jordy to catch up with him again. But the more they fight, the more they fall off from the leaders. I think they're kind of appreciating the position they're in. You know, 5th and 6th, good points for their teams. But yeah, it would be nice to see them maybe working together to get back to the rest of the gang.
And hopefully we can move up the grid sooner than later. But Thomas Barberi is now within the DRS of Nico Bossert, who's under a second behind Nico Bossert. He just has to reach the DRS zone to start getting that pull towards the leader of this race currently, and the pole man as well. And Steve Stevenson is also around 6 tenths behind Cody Lawrence himself. So we got two CRG cars very much pressuring two different Jungle GP cars at this current moment. So let's see how this all plays out.
To see it.
There's Ryan Wilson up to the pits. And Ryan Wilson DNF, so that's our first DNF the race out of see him DNF out of this race. Jungle GP Academy car. Yeah, just can't see how the race. February. Oh, I think he doesn't have. Yeah, he doesn't have DRS just yet. Catch up with the velocity, just outside of it before that main straight. He is catching up. So I think it's just a matter of time until he gets to DRS. Steve Stevenson. Took us around 4/10 for a second there. But he does have DRS and he's very much chasing Cody Lawrence in this Jungle GP car in his own CRG car. Hopefully he doesn't flip over those sausage curves like he did in qualifying. Hopefully he's learned his lesson while being super aggressive for them, but he's very close coming into the second sector.
Great overtake from Bose going around the outside of Stoyan.
Stoyan I think is going to... Ooh, thought about sending down the inside. He's behind. Ooh,
oh, they make contact
between the two drivers.
Really messy between the 4 cars there, but it's really interesting to watch at the same time. Not to take away the attention from the front of the grid.
Now all these guys fighting for the last 2-point positions here in this race. P9, P10, Woodward and Bose are in, and Morel and Stoney both chasing them to overtake each other and them for those points. How tight seemingly the seasons ever be. All the points matter in the end. I think that's the thing car. Think about the outside around the outside of the bag, motorsports car, but thinks better of it. See how big of a run they give with this 3-pack, this triple pack of cars. I don't really know how to say it. I cannot speak to it. Ooh, is the Jungle GP Academy car with DRS gets around, Cyprian gets around, Cyprian around the outside, gets ahead, a great move from Cyprian. Stallion in the Lioneers car, up into P10, overtaking both that Bag Motorsports car and the Academy car. Woodward has just spun around the Bag Motorsports car off the exit of there, spun around, gets passed by the Aero car, Gabriel Tosh. But a battle between 4 has become a battle of 3. That Academy car tries to go down the inside of the Lioneers racing car, driven by Stallion. And Team Morel chasing him super close, almost rear ends him, coming into that up right-hander, but just breaks enough to not do so. And it's still very much close. So this is definitely one of the main battles for this race. But I think Christopher Bose has slightly put away though. From there, yeah, there he is. He has slightly pulled away from these two. So good on him to pull away a bit and try to secure that 9th place for himself. See if Morel can get a decent run to regain some time and maybe even pass Stonian. The P10, the last points position. Stonian dives down to the inside to not give him a slipstream. Does get DRS, but I don't think he'll be close enough to get an overtake done.
Morgan's gaining on that also now though.
Yeah, Cochran and the Griffin gaining red car of Gordy Lois going side by side into the hairpin. Cochran gets ahead of the Griffin gaining red car. He's not too far behind. And he stays ahead, more correctly stated. So Lois kind of missed the start of that move, but Lois staying ahead as Morel and Stallion. Oh, as we just catch it. I think that was Stallion getting squeezed on the exit by Morel, and it just caused Morel to spin, and we noticed the track in 14th behind Woodward and Levine. As a Stallion gets passed by Gabriel Tosh in the Air Autosports car. The Air, is he almost thinks about sending it there in the last corner? Well, one of the few penultimate corners in this track. Will he get a good enough exit? The Aero car using all that track to get a straight line exit into this main straight. We're gonna go up this hill. See how big the pull from the Lioneers car will be. It's pretty strong, but I don't think it was strong enough. Actually, wait, maybe. Oh, he's kind of. Ooh, he's scared the Aero driver there. I think Gabriel Toss thought he was gonna send it on him, but no, he doesn't. Super Stonian backed off and made him go wide. As Lois gets past. Ooh.
Oh no! Moorman just spun out trying to overtake an Olsen.
Yeah, I just caught that on stream. Yep, spun out as Gabriel Tosh and Stoyan are going side by side, fighting for that last points position as Gabriel gets ahead but jumps over the sausage curb. But also stays ahead. You get that sausage curb, launch his rear up into the air, but he was able to catch it. And up into P10 goes the Aero Autosports car. It was a bad start for him, but with this pace and with these moves, I think he should have a solid chance at still getting points this race. But Stoyan is not that far behind. So he'll have to make sure he stays behind that Lioneer's car. But Lioneer's car that currently sits P18 haven't scored a point yet either, so those two are fighting for their first points of the season. See, as the leader, Stoyan thinks about it again. He keeps thinking about it, keeps poking his nose in. I feel like he's just trying to stay as close as he can and get one of those DRS overtakes on the main straight, or this straight coming up, which also has a DRS zone.
Is that Barbieri?
Oh, is that the battle for the front? I think Nico Bossert has made a mistake. Just like in Austria, he's made a mistake. And he's lost the lead. That's Thomas Barbieri into the lead. Cody Lawrence getting chased by the CRG car, and that's CRG car now. Bossert, the second race in a row with a major mistake for Nico Bossert in that Junker GP car. But Austria was losing it in that second sector before the down.
Stevenson all over the rear of Cody Lawrence. This could be a 1-2 for CRG.
It could be, as he goes down the inside and he overtakes Cody Lawrence for P2. This is a CRG 1-2, people. And they are very much going to be happy about it if it finishes like this. But, oh my god, look at how close those junk GP cars are, though. Cody Lawrence and Nico Bossert aren't going down without a fight. Thomas Barbieri may be pulling away for the lead, but at least they can secure a 2-3 finish, maybe. Cody Lawrence down the inside of Steve Stevenson. And he might just get ahead. He does get ahead, and so does Nico Bossert. Both ahead of the CRG car of Steve Stevenson.
I mean, it's all on Stevenson now to kind of do everything he can for the team. You know, what he's doing is only helping Barbieri, so he is the sacrificial lamb right now, and Barbieri will have to thank him at the end of the race if he can take the win. But Stevenson will be focusing on the next few laps to get as much of his car ahead of these two. You know, he's got to hope that Nico Bossert has something in the tank to maybe cause some squabbling between him and Cody.
Yeah,
Stevenson
very
close now, though.
Yeah, it's almost a second between these three here. Yeah, it is a second in between these three here. Fighting for P2, Cody Lawrence leading this train like this said. Nico Bossert with the RSS, so is Stevenson. Locks up on the little hit with him. And Stevenson's still very close behind. Let's see how this plays out until the pits. 43 lap race. So, pit stop could be around lap 23 maybe. Do these harder tires everyone's on. Like 21 and a half laps this race at the halfway point. This race is 43 laps as Stoyan and Gabriel Tosh still fighting for 10th place. Ooh, Stoyan kind of squeezing out the Aero car there, but giving him the space at the end, allowing him to get past. So a very tight fight for the last point position of this race. Aero Autosport, I don't think it's gotten much screen time in these past two races, but they're getting all the screen time in this race. With this very close battle between the Lioneer's car and the Aero Autosports car.
Oh! Did you see? Ryan Hogg just spinning off.
Yeah.
I hope did he clip Stevenson? I hope he did. He did! No! Ah, oh, Ryan.
I clipped Stevenson. Sadly, kind of just missed that. It's got Stevenson to lose a few seconds.
Yeah.
Just now it's 2 seconds behind Nico Bossert. There's very much left to Chunky GP to just work together and try to catch Thomas Burberry here in P1.
I know. He is a bit of a sitting duck now. That's really unfortunate for Stevenson. He was very much within grasp of a podium there. Now he's having to nurse front wing damage.
Front wing damage for Stevenson. That may require a pit stop to regain the lost pace that will bring. Obviously isn't as harsh as the F1 games when it comes to losing the front wing, but still it is a big time loss to just have a broken wing in general. But lost it still in Q3 though. I don't think he himself was hit by Ryan Wilson, still following his team pretty Lawrence. But Thomas Burberry
It was Ryan Holt,
Thomas Burberry, the leader currently for CRG, Romanian. Currently 3-second lead. I keep repeating that, but it's a pretty big gap, so this does give him an advantage when it comes to the pit stops. But yeah, sitting right back there, they are not too far behind, and now that they don't have to worry about battling another CRG with Stevenson, they very much will work together to try to catch up to this lone CRG leading the field currently. As probably the quick but whole leader, there's also a movement in the video right there. Real Tosh has spun once again. You saw the movement, I just had to see who it was. But Tosh has spun out of turn 1. He's down to 14th place. Another shame for the Aero Auto driver. He's making some good progress, having a good battle with Sterling, it seems. The P10, but a shame for him. And Alex Cochran is still very much battling the getting red part of Jordy Lewis. Coming out of this last corner, really be close enough to get the Lewis. Yes, he will, obviously, but Jordy Lewis pits as he came the first of the pits. He was on the C2 tires. So this may give us a little inkling on some of the strategy here in today's race, as he's very much slowing down. Ooh, it seems he was maybe adjusting something, maybe the strategy, using his D-pad on his wheel or whatever's on the wheel to control the menus, but Stolian also pits. So Lewis onto a set of C1s he goes onto. To a set of C1s. Good choice, I guess. That's the hardest tire in this session or available to use in the Premier Series.
Which I think a lot of the drivers will be using tonight, the C2, C1. Depending on how long they can keep the C2s going, really. Who knows?
Yeah, C1, the hardest compound of this available to use here in the Premier Series, so maybe the track's just killing tires that fast, but I was expecting them maybe to move on to the C3 for a 2-stop. It's going a bit long on the C2, but I guess not. I guess the C2 is the softest they could have used this race. As yeah, Alex Cochran hits now.
There's just not that many laps, I think. You need like...
There's more than 50 both going side by side. It's already cutting you off
right.
there.
No, it's just like there's 43 laps and you lose 20 seconds in the pits, so yeah, it doesn't make sense to do more than one stop, really. Who knows? Maybe we'll be surprised.
Alex Cochran coming out behind his teammate also on a C1, so yeah, I think the C1 is going to be the most popular option just off these first 2 cars pitting here today. As that's Morel and Woodward going side by side in the back. Side by side, the Magma sports in the Griffin Red of Lois on those C1s. Alex has beat Lois out in the pit stop, so good on him for that. Good strategy.
Yeah, let's hope he overcut worked much better.
And Lois stuck behind these 2 cars to get the pit. Steve Stevenson is pit. Unsurprising, he's the first out of this lead car to pit, especially with the incident and little tag, getting tagged by Ryan Hawk. He's the first to pit. will get passed by Felipe Olsen in the Griffin Gaming car. And a few more, it seems. Let's see, comes out of the pits now, the American driver for CRG. Comes out ahead of Amorum. So one pit car in that pack. But Felipe Olsen has got the pit, so he will be behind him if he does catch up to him. No! Steven said no!
Oh no!
The sausage
like
curve. Uh-oh, the sausage curve has got him.
Oh,
That's
no.
his race over. The sausage curve got him leaving the pits. Oh god, that's an awful way to end this race.
I know, but yeah, he truly is on his own.
But very sad way to end this race after that incident and just that happening after his first pit. It's just a thing. Let's give everyone behind though free bump up positions, so that means currently I think on pit stops. I think that's Cochran is fourth. I don't think Christopher Blade, Amorum, or Olsen
Correct.
pit. So,
Also nothing pit.
yeah, Olsen, everyone in front of Cochran hasn't pit, so I think it is a net P4 from Alex Cochran once all the pit stops are done and dusted. But behind him, Joey Lois has pit. I think Varella's pit. There. Well, if he's not pit, he's still on the original C2s. As Christopher Rose, yep, goes into pit now. Into the pits he goes. There you go, Alex Cochran passing him. Getting the position on the Griffin Gaming Griffin Gaming car. Barberry. Ooh, it's Mark Levine getting pressuring the other Dash Racing car. Mark Levine currently fighting for 7th. Neither has yet hit. Down the inside he goes. The switch track for Mark Levine. No, it's not. Stays behind and that's going to get the position. Nico Bossert is 4/10 behind his teammate. They just seem to lap. The Lioneers car of Stillion. So let's see if Nico Bossert. I think he won't overtake his teammate, at least currently right now. And I think they're both working together to close that gap to Thomas Barberry, which they most certainly have done in these past few laps. Just under 2 seconds till he wants the gap to Thomas Barberry. That might be a sign of Barberry to pit sooner than later to not give up this gap. Zamo as the Jungle Academy car pits.
Well, if Alex is anything to go by, then we know that the overcut is the preferred option. But it's whether or not he can make these tyres last. And how impatient the younger cars get.
Yeah, the younger cars, Lawrence, like I said, just under 2 seconds the gap is to Barberry, so the longer Barberry stays out, the more pressure he's going to have.
Bossert second.
Yeah, Bossert is just overtaking his teammate down that main straight. He's now in second.
What's our team orders?
Maybe a bit of team orders, maybe they were comparing last time and such, who knows, but all we know from right now is that Nico Bossert will overtake his teammate because he wants P2. The gap's still around under 2 seconds. Coming through this section now. Let's see, Olsen, who's behind them and Amorum, have yet to pit. So Ox is waiting for them to pit and a few others to finish the, hopefully, or seemingly only round of pit stops we're going to have this race. Don't think the few stops is usually an option for this car, so. There's a Morel in a fight with the Woodward in that bag car. Morel is actually swapped to C3.
Oh, they're all pitted. Cody Lawrence stays out.
Cody Lawrence stays out. Thomas Barber is pit. Nico Bossert is pit. This may be the strategy. They're going for it. As ooh, that's Who's that? Ooh, being put off. With Morel and Woodward fighting. Morel getting ahead of Morel on the C2s.
This is really exciting. I'm sorry. This could like. I mean, we could either see the younger cars.
Ooh, C2s?
Split.
C2s. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, the Junker GP Academy car just went on to C2s, so we may see these guys who've gone a bit longer to C2s, and guess we have. It's a C2 for Nico Bosser. It's C2 for Thomas Barberry out of the pits. Cody Lawrence is most bound to pit on this lap, so we'll see what he will put on.
It's a slow in lap. If he's supposed to set the wall alight with the in lap of his life, this is a slow one.
Yeah. Looking at the lifetime page, he has been the best lap for Cody Lawrence. So
he's also got traffic as well.
Cody Lawrence.
This might have worked out really nicely for Barbieri.
Actually, wait, no, the pit line is not there. I'm dumb. I'm thinking of the game.
He's pitting now, yeah.
Pitting of a note. I keep thinking that pit line is the outer line. I'm thinking of like other circuits like that. No, he pits. What will Cody Lawrence put on? So does Mark Levine and Jaden Neal, but they're currently not on the fight for the win. Maybe they could give us a bit of insight to strategy. Cody Lawrence is a pretty big gap to Thomas Barberry, though. I don't think it's big enough. I think it has to be around 26 seconds, and it's around 24 seconds as he enters the pits. As we'll wait.
He's got the tyres on.
C2.
He's moving. And there's Barbieri coming across the start-finish line. He's got him.
Got him, Nico Bosser.
By margin.
What's that too?
Yeah, I told you it was a slow in-lap.
Yeah, just not fast enough for Cody Lawrence on that in-lap. Try to get ahead of Thomas Barberry. Felipe Olsen, the last of the pit stops, I think. Yep, and that's Alex Cochrane just zooming past the camera on the C1s to get into P4. Not too far behind him, though, is the man on the same strategy. Jody Lawrence, they have stuck together this whole race, and certainly I think they'll fight for P4 soon enough.
Thomas is purple in the first sector. Anthony Morel is purple in the second sector. Nico Boss is now purple in the second sector.
They're just lapping Ryan Hawk as of right now. Nico Boss is trying his hardest, I think, to stay in that 1 second gap he needs to be in to keep the DRS via Thomas Barberry. I think he might have just reached it.
I think he has yet.
No, he hasn't. He didn't open the DRS this lap. He wasn't in it.
Set to the fastest purple sector though. And the fastest lap overall, 1:16.7. So we're into the 1:16s now, and Nico Boss is closer than he's ever been.
Yeah, he's really close now. Got the DRS this lap.
I think he's managed to get those tyres up to temperature better than Barbieri has.
Yeah, it's running almost half a second behind Thomas Barberry, the Frenchman currently leading this race.
Let's not count out Cody Lawrence, who goes purple in the first sector. He's only 2 seconds behind. There's some squabbling up ahead. That'll definitely reel him into the picture.
Yeah, there's definitely bound to be some squabbling up ahead. Nico Bosser is super close, and I think just one decent run out of this last corner. Out of this last real corner is obviously you have this long right-hander following this, but one good run in using that DRS could get Nico Bosser ahead. He's around 6 tenths to see how much he can pull on Thomas Barberry.
Barbieri's got DRS. Barbieri's got DRS from the back matter. This helps him.
That's helping a lot, yes. Back market, I think that's Dellum. 40 laps, and Lindsay lapped the second time with this race. K2 performance.
Get out of the way fast.
Getting out of the way for both Nico Bosser and Thomas Barberry. Nico Bosser has gained time from that though. It's around 4 tenths. Still getting this DRS on the straight before the hairpin. He is super close to Thomas Barberry now. And Cody Lawrence is just right there, lapping the K2 performance car right now as well. Will come in the second sector. Ooh, I think Thomas Barberry get loose. Lost the practice a tiny bit there from our angle. He's still ahead of the GP car. I'm just waiting eventually for the move Nico Bossert, I think, is definitely going to try to send one before this race ends. A good bit before this race ends. We're seeing how hard it is to
in the
follow.
first sector. Barry improves on the second sector.
Purple first
He's
sector.
actually managed to... Sorry, go on.
Purple first sector to Nico Bossert. He's in the DRS, so definitely not struggling for pace or anything. He just has to put in a good lap and he'll be able to overtake Thomas Barry, but also look how hard it is to overtake on the track. He has to get it done sooner than later, in my opinion. There's really only two real places to get a solid overtake done here at Portimao.
2 tenths separate first position right now. Over 14 laps to go.
Cody Lawrence, like you said, he's still catching up lap by lap, 10th by 10th. So I think eventually he will catch up to these two leaders and be in the fight for this win as well. Both are up on their personal bests. They both are very much pushing in these cars. Ooh, they're catching a lap car battle right now. I think that is Ryan, it's Jaden Neal, it's Jaden Neal Woodward, who are battling for the 12th place. They may get in the way of Thomas Bearbury and Nico Bossert, though. Actually, I think we could Thomas Bearbury is DRS. I think he is close enough to win the DRS. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not close enough. Ooh, and we just saw how scarily close Nico Bossert is to the French driver.
Cody Lawrence goes faster again. I believe he sets the fastest lap.
Woodward gets out the way. Pretty awkward position for the two leaders. The boss is still very close though. Man, because Lawrence just right there in the background, just about to break under the 2-second gap. Cody Lawrence's job is just to push as hard as he can turn, and Nico Bossert is just trying to keep up and get a solid take done for the lead that he lost early in this race.
I wonder if Bossert's car is set up more for straight line speed, because Barbieri always seems to pull a gap around this part of the track. Always seems to come back.
And maybe so. Obviously, two different teams, two different ways they want to set up a car and what they enjoy. So, obviously, I think maybe you could be right. Yeah. As Thomas Bearbury has put a good bit of crop, a few tenths in that middle part of the track. Look on the straight, how much Nico Bossert gained. A good bit there. Wow, he got a nice bit of time there. I think, yeah, you might be right. That these young GP cars may be more for straight line speed and downforce compared to the CRD cars. He's really close now. Not close enough, though, I think, to think of a move. Breaks super deep into the corner, trying to fall as close as he can. Cody Lawrence, 1.7 seconds behind his teammate, 2 seconds behind the leader of the first Thomas Bearbury. And he's definitely trying to catch up and be in this fight for the win before this race ends. As it's 12 laps left in this race until the checkered flag flies out. The driver said Portimao.
It really is a shame that Stevenson didn't manage to avoid any.
Yeah. Flipped over.
He would really be in it with these three right now, I believe.
Lap 32, he's still very close to the Bossert. 3 tenths, I think it's probably the closest he's ever been. Thomas Bearbury on this part of the track. We'll get a good exit through this left-hander, kind of, but he'll be close enough. I think he's around like 2 tenths. Think about getting the
He's been closer than this. He's been closer than this before.
So he used to be around at the exit of that uphill left-hander. I think he has around like 2 tenths to maybe consider getting down with DRS there. As they're lapping now, the yellow car is giving a caution. P11, 8 seconds, 9 seconds behind Stone, the man he was fighting earlier this race. Maybe he can hope for a penalty video top to get that point for the first points for Autosport this season. We'll have to go see after the race. I'm going to focus on this. That's the lead. I think it might be past Stone as well. So let's see.
Yeah, I think Bossert might be falling behind a bit. As I say that, he's going for a move. What the heck?
Nico Bossert on the inside. On Thomas Barberry. Thomas Barberry sends it back down the inside. Now the outside of the left-hander. Will he make it stick? No, he doesn't, but he will have TRS coming down this straight. Down the inside he goes once again.
There's Cody Lawrence in the background.
As they fight, side by side, the hairpin. The CRG car just breaks a tiny bit later and gets ahead at the end of the corner. At the exit of the corner, he stays ahead. That was a close call for Thomas Barberry.
Beautiful racing from the two of them. No contact whatsoever.
And no contact, clean racing. We almost missed that first move to turn one, but glad we caught it. I didn't think he was going to go for it. I didn't think he was close enough, but...
No, he just all of a sudden, just like a rocket ship.
Yeah, caught Thomas Barber by surprise too. I'd be sure. Yeah, lap 33 was not the lap I expected him to go for the lead on. But I think that may have compromised him a bit this lap. He's around 5 tenths now at the exit of this penultimate corner. Hey, we'll get DRS, see how much he can gain. Maybe a bit of courage. You say these cars do have around 10 seconds of courage. As Lois is off,
to keep it.
Or Nico Bossert just not close enough.
Morel managed to overtake Bose. Bose still spinning the wrong way. Stoyan's up into 8th. Tosh, I think, makes contact with Bose. Well, unless like Tosh has just spun off on his own.
He's spun off on his own. He's on the corner. I think he's going to try to keep Woodward behind, but he does. Bose has spun off himself. I think contact with Stone.
But yeah, Cody Lawrence is now in the picture. I wonder how long he'll stay behind Bossert for.
I think just like you said earlier, I think it's gonna have to be a bit of teamwork here. If they just battle between themselves, they just allow Barberry to run away. On lap 34, 10 laps left in this race. These laps are gonna count down pretty quickly if you're in the cockpit of one of these cars. So I think you wanna play it smart and just attack Thomas Barberry at the right time. On the rear wing, Thomas Barberry in the CRG racing car. There is Nico Bossert. There is Cody Lawrence getting the slipstream from each other and from him. I think Nico Bossert going to go for a move. He does go for a move into turn one. Down the inside, he gets ahead of Thomas Barberry. I don't think Barberry is going to have the chance to go outside the inside like he did last lap. He stays behind. Cody Lawrence goes a bit wider to get that run down this second DRS straight. I think he'll think about down the inside, maybe not. Oh, I think he's scared. Oh, to Barberry down the inside. Barberry down the inside, squeezing closer.
He had to do it. Cody Lawrence was just about to do it on him, so he had to do it.
What an insane move from Thomas Barberry around the outside. No, he stays behind Bossert. Isn't able to stay ahead, but yeah, Cody Lawrence was about to think about sending it down the inside, and Barberry just absolutely sent it on Bossert, and he does it again. No, really awkward corner there to try to do it from, but he stays behind it once again.
This is crazy. I mean, like, with less than 10 laps to go on this race, and now it's all just come together. Thomas Barberry just found himself in between two green cars, and he's doing the best he can. You know, how it all unfolds on this next lap will be crucial.
Yeah, DRS for Barberry there, and it's very strong. Maybe use a bit of courage to get ahead. Yeah, on the inside, just like the lap before. He gets the lead once again from Bossert. Bossert very close down the inside. I think he might have overshot it though. Oh no, it's contact! It's contact between the Junker GP and the CRG car. The CRG car spins. Gets onto the grass. Bit of visual glitching there as Bossert is spun from his contact with the rear end. Gets back past. the lap carve, I think that's, I think Olsen gets past, but he lets him through again, or I think that's Bose actually. Big contact.
Not how it was this time.
I think Bossert may have tried to block the switchback, or from Barberry trying to overtake him after going pretty deep, I think, from the angle we saw. We have to check it again, but I think Bossert went deep. Barberry tried to switch back, and Bossert tried to block it, and I think it was just contact after that.
Yeah, I mean, that was really unfortunate, and it's just gifted the win to Cody Lawrence now, who's 8 seconds down the road. I wonder if Barbieri can do anything now. At least like clutch second.
Yeah, Thomas Barberry and Nico Boss is super far behind. Most definitely, I think damage for both of them is very slight, if anything, but damage nonetheless. I think it might just be Thomas Barberry trying to see if he can overtake Nico Bossert. I think Cody Lawrence may have this in the bag now due to that incident. Manny is just outside of in contention for this win, just not around 5 laps ago. He's now leading this race with a comfortable gap. If you saw this right now, you'd think this season would be going like last season with Cody Lawrence dominating every race, but no, this is a big push for him and a big struggle for him to get back into that fight for the lead, and he's definitely done it now. He leads this race with a almost 8 second, more exactly around 7.7, but almost 8 second gap to the car behind after that incident.
Thomas was robbed. This was his race. This is, I sort of predicted it in a roundabout way. I saw him in 3rd. I know his demeanour was a bit down in the last race. I knew he wanted to prove himself, and this was it. And I think he has, in a way, he's proven that he can take the championship. Unfortunately, you need to win the race as well.
Yeah, just very tough battling from Bossert and Barberos for both sides, and some contact. Very hard. We'll have to see the incident again after the race. Also, AC doesn't have a replay feature sadly, but very tough racing for both of them. Barberry is still only 1.6 seconds behind. I'm unclear what type of damage he has on his car, if any. But if he does still have a decent car, he could catch up to Bossert again and overtake him and get a P2.
I don't know, there's only 5 laps left. He's fallen off the pace, if anything. I think he's kind of mentally accepted the
At 4th place, Olsen is chasing Alex Cochran, switching from that side of the incident for the lead. We have a battle for just outside the podium. 4th place, Alex Cochran, Felipe Olsen, and just out joining it, Jordy Lois for DAC Racing, Griffin Gaming, Griffin Green Red respectively. These are the guys who picked for the C1 tires early on in the race from those C2 tires, and now they're all fighting with each other. Well, except for Felipe Olsen. So this is a convergence of strategies right here, unlike the fight for the lead. Felipe Olsen on those C3s right now, Cochran on the C1s. Having different lengths of first stage with different lengths, and then different strategies by the end of the race. We'll see how these two strategies between these two go out and how it plays out, and who gets the advantage. Ooh, it was kind of locked up there, but it was very close. Yeah, it's Cochran there. Hopefully those are harder tires, they'll last longer, but they won't have as much pace as these C3s, which won't last as long, but have more pace. Felipe Olsen is very close to Alex Cochran. Like I said earlier, had a pretty comfortable 4th, in my opinion, but it seems to be challenged here. On 5 5/10, 4/10 the gap from Felipe Olsen to Alex Cochran. See how strong the different gaming DRS is, and how low of an aero kit they're running compared to DAC, or that DAC is a different thing, DAC system. On board with Felipe Olsen, Lemon's Drivers Champion, the Endurance Series here at Trout. He's a champion there, but right now he's fighting for 4th place here in the Premier Series. He gets ahead of Alex Cochran, goes at the inside, prompts him to go wide. This may give Jordy a chance to get by. It does, and that's contact between the two of them. Another incident at this corner. Jordy down the inside, sending it, but just clipping the rear end of Alex Cochran. And letting Olsen, I think, now just have this 4th place for free. I can't help but bring up that the sister team, the Griffin, just helped the Griffin car secure a 4th place, but they won't bring any conspiracy theories onto the mainstream with this incident. But yeah, that's Felipe Olsen in 4th place after that incident. And a pretty solidified one, I think, as of that. I think these harder tires, these C1s, are starting to fall off as there's 2 laps left to go.
One about conspiracy theories. Ryan Hawke from Younger GP Jr. took out Stevenson. They're all sort of part of the same family anyway, so.
Yeah. Jordy Lawrence gets past DAC car. The DAC DAC, the racing car of Alex Cochran. I think he might have got some really damage from being clipped by Felipe Jordy. Gets ahead, be able to stay ahead. 5th place. I do still think this will be DAC Racing's first points of the season. Dave Southwood got the closest with an 11th place at Austria, but I think Cochran 5th place will be the first point. Will be the first point of the season. Lap 42 approaches. Lap 42 is started, and the last lap approaches, we see our leader. We don't want to pretty comfortable lead still. And Alex Cochran's gaining that time back, coming back to chase Jordy Lewis for P5. On these harder tires, DRS open. How big of a slipstream will the DAC racing cars get? The iconic yellow and black car in the Premier Series. Someone coming out of the pits there. There's Arthur Delhems for the K2 Performance team. Talking very close. It's around exactly 5/10. Went to the lowest down the inside there. We know he thought about it, but he stays behind, very close still though. To the Griffin.
Trey Lawrence is starting his last lap now.
Trey Lawrence just crossed the line to start his last lap. These guys will have to cross the line once more. These two to finish to start their last lap, but we'll see how that finishes out in a moment.
Wasn't necessarily the strongest this round, but you know, played it smart. Gave the position to Bossett, I believe, in the first pit stop, and kind of watched the battle unfold and pick up the pieces. And that's literally, you know, which played in his favor.
As Jordy makes a mistake and allows Cochran to get ahead of him at the final corner. But as we watch that battle come to a close, we'll watch. I feel the kind of unexpected winner of today. He was obviously in the fight from the beginning, but with some incidents early in this race, we didn't think he'd be able to claw back and come to this fight, but he sure did. He's showing us why he was last season's championship. He was last season's champion in the Premier Series. He's showing us that he's going to be this year's. Just maybe if everything come together for him. Cody Lawrence is your winner for the Portimao Grand Prix here in the Premier Series for season 12.
Great recovery. That small mistake put him on the back foot, but he kept his cool. He did exactly what he needed to do. Nico Bossert comes across the line in second, and then Thomas Barberi unfortunately finishes in third, but still points and keeps him in the picture as well. It's a long season, just past the quarter point.
I think it's a 12-round season. So maybe.
Yeah, third race was it?
Yeah,
That's
it'd be the 1/4 point.
Quarter.
Not 1/4. Wait, now what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1/4.
Yeah, quarter.
Yep. 25% down for the season.
That's Cochrane making his debut this season and finishing in P5. He'll be happy with that. Felipe Olsen, I believe his highest finish this season in 4th. You know, it still has a lot of work to do to get back into the top echelon of this series.
Yeah. So Felipe Olsen, was the Le Mans champion. Our endurance series with hypercars, GT3s. He was the hypercar class champion for drivers. And
Stoyan.
Yep.
Sorry, I was going to say Stoyan in P7. He'll be happy with that with points on the board for Lioneers. Antoine Morel.
Donuts. Will Cuddler receive him some donuts before he... Yes, he will.
In fact, it's a double points finish because Mark Levine also managed to finish P9.
Oh.
And double points finish for Bag as well with Andrew Woodward rounding off the top 10.
Yeah. Good for all of them, but winner here today, like we said, is Cody Orange doing some donuts with one tire still on his car, one rear tire still on his car. Yeah, it was a pretty good race. All things considered. Yeah.
Alex Cochrane waiting for an interview. Should we drag him in?
Sure. Yeah, I won't be able to do that many.
Okay, we'll keep the interviews brief because of time. But Alex Cochrane, P5, season debut. You must be happy with that one.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, quite happy with that. I didn't really expect points, to be honest, but the start was pretty good, and then, yeah, good fight with Geordie throughout the race. Felipe got involved a little bit as well. But yeah, P5, not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was practically just you and Geordie throughout the entirety of that race. Like you said, Olsen eventually kind of showed up, but because he was on a C3 compound and you were on the C1, you were kind of a sitting duck.
Yeah, exactly. I hadn't really ran any laps prior to the race on the C1, so it was a bit of an unknown. I was taking it very easy throughout a lot of the corners. I noticed I was losing quite a lot of time, especially to even Geordie, who was on the same tyre through some corners. So maybe with some practice could have, kept the gap and then maybe just held onto it at the end. But yeah, not meant to be. But still, P5's pretty good. Happy with that. First points of the season for DAC Racing as well.
Double points. You got double points.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you'll be happy with that one. So, yeah, your teammate Mark Levi, I think finished P9, P8, P9.
Nice.
But yeah. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much, Alex, for putting on a nice, fun show for us, keeping us entertained when the top 3 weren't battling out.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for streaming.
No worries. Let's get Felipe Olsen in there quickly. Felipe Olsen, we have to keep the interviews a bit short because we're running on time. But P4, I think that's a season best. You must be happy with that one.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. Finally, a good result. Had a bit of a tough start to the race, a few mistakes. Then pace was good and strategy was good. Obviously, managed to get on the C3s and then had a really good pace. And yeah, managed to get Alex right at the end.
Yeah, you definitely have the pace. You just need to kind of iron out some of those issues that you're having, and we should see you maybe battling with the top 4 eventually.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm not really, to be honest, not really getting along with this car so far. Hence the little mistakes. It always seems to be a tricky start to the race, and then once I get into the rhythm, it goes away. So hopefully something I can work on for future races.
Well, thank you very much for putting on a nice show for us anyway. Double points for Griffin Gaming. Yeah, next round I'm expecting podium. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I wouldn't mind at all.
Nice one. Thank you, Felipe.
Thank you guys for putting it on, and yeah, see you in Vegas.
Oh yeah, it's Vegas next. Okay, then let's get the race winner in here.
Last one.
Sorry, Cody, we're running short on time, so we have to make this the last
It's okay.
interview.
Okay.
But congratulations, that was what a race. You made that little mistake at the start, put you on the back foot. Talk us through it real.
I found a bump that I didn't find at all in practice for 2 weeks, so that was fun. I felt like the suspension broke, but gathered it up, and I was a little down on myself after that, but I figured, I'm going to still have a chance in the long run, and I went a lap longer than Thomas and Nico. That was kind of the plan. I'd have the better tire at the end. It's a shame for them. They had the collision. I'd like to believe I could have got by them both without that, with the tire difference. I would have liked to have been able to do that. I mean, sometimes you have to be lucky to win these, but I'll take it. I'm really happy. I finally closed in qualifying, and finally, I made that mistake, but I felt good, and the race felt like I could be right there. So,
quick question: before the before the pit stop, was it team orders?
No, we literally.
So Nico just overtook you. He naturally overtook you.
Correct. Yeah, I just had a moment at the third to last corner. He's able to stay close enough, and if you're within half a second, you can usually get by. So he held on well behind me, stayed close behind me, made a good move, and then it just roles reversed in that second stint. So
before you go,
do the best I can.
Vegas next. You looking forward to it?
We'll probably be a DRS train, but I think it'll be a good race. I really do think it'll be probably 5 or 6 car fight, realistically. So I think we'll have
a win on home soil, yeah?
It's the closest thing I get to an F1 race in the state I'm in, because I'm in Washington. Nevada's pretty close to Washington, so it's like a home race for me, literally. You can get closer as Portland International Raceway. So, yeah.
You'll have the home crowd support. Thank you very much, Cody.
Thank you very much as well. I appreciate you guys doing this and give me a chance to race in such a high quality league. So, thank you very much, guys.
Nice one. Is that all of them, or can Thomas have one last interview?
Bring in Thomas real quickly.
All right, Thomas, real quick interview because Angel's got to go. But what a race, man! I wanted you to win that one.
Yeah, I wanted to win that too. Obviously, not quali was not so great, but P3 still. And then they both killed themselves. So I evaded the lead quite early, I think, from lap 12 or 13. Then of course I knew that like my tire was going to be as usual like shit. But that is what it is. Then I knew that Nico was going to catch me on C3s. I did like 3 laps of practice with them on such few. And I don't know. I tried my best to make Cody catch us, because like I knew that maybe a 1v1 between them two, like crushing or doing something silly, might give me the win. I tried, and then I tried to hold on for the lead as much as possible, and then I wanted to go for the switch back on Nico, and then he cut me off. So yeah,
it was painful.
That's much more I can say.
No, and like the lunges, the back and forth was really fun to watch. I mean, it was a shame how it ended, but P3, you're racking in those P3s at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's a 33 in a row. That's a shame that Steve maybe didn't have as much time to practice as he wanted, and like for his races, because he went on some ballet rolls, I think. So yeah, that's a shame, because maybe he could have helped me a bit.
He did a bit. He did a very petite amount.
But I mean, it could have maybe helped me. I don't know.
Definitely.
Maybe staying with them, create a gap. But yeah, it is what it is. The race was in the end shit as usual. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for just putting on a very fun show for us to watch, if that.
Yeah.
And Vegas next, so we've got, you know, your redemption arc coming up.
I mean, Vegas. Could have choose any track in the world, and we end up in Vegas. So yeah, good.
Thank you
If you
very
don't
much.
like racing, maybe tell us before, because maybe we don't register if you don't like racing. You know.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
Cheers.
No. Well,
And that's everyone.
that's it. And I'll do this after real quick because I gotta head out very
Alright.
shortly. But thank you everyone for watching. It was great race to watch. But it's very
Right
fun.
on.
But catch us on, I think, if I'm correct, March the 1st of the new month. New track for Trout. We're going to Sin City. We're going to Las Vegas, the Las Vegas street circuit. For a good bit before Formula 1 does in real life. So if you like that circuit for whatever reason, you'll be able to catch it earlier in the simulator world. It'll be a very interesting race. It's Trout first. Very drag heavy with those long straights. And we'll see how Sin City plays for Formula Trout, I guess. But again, thank you for watching. We'll see y'all next time.
Good night. Thanks, Angel, as always.